Hello everybody, it's a Zazbit here, and welcome to an update to Item Frame Foes. So, I have added, that's right, I can't fly, I'm in survival. I have added 9 items to the game. These are magic items. Now, a general rule for magic items is that you can have as many of them as you want, you know, like as long as you get them normally, you can have as many as you want. You can only play one of them per turn, and you can only play one of them during your turn. And you can play them with your regular item, but you don't have to at all. You don't have to play them at all whatsoever. So the first item that we have is the shield. So let's say that this is in my hand, these dark prismarine stairs, and we have a shield. Now what can the shield do? The shield, you can put it in any one of these slots, and it cannot be claimed or destroyed. So let's say I put it, okay, let's say I put it there, and dang, alrighty, now I got the stairs again. Hopefully I don't break it this time. Can I just put it in from here? No. Okay. And then we flip it. This is really tedious. Alright, dang it, I had it. Okay. You flip it like that. And those are pretty much like the highest value stairs in the game. So, I mean, you can also do it with a block, because a block is the only other one that could point like there and there. You could do it in any corner. And like, yeah, because what I noticed was that whenever I played against my good friend Joby Woby, he had more XP, and so he got to choose who went first. He chose me to go first, and because of that, I lost. I mean, also because I didn't have any bricks, you know, because that was one of the required items, but still, I feel like it was because because I went first that he won. That was one of the main reasons, I feel like. So, yeah, if you happen to go first, this is a good setup that you could do, because without the shield being there, this right here, this little corner, like if they put something here, they could easily get it with anything because it's defenseless. With this being here, however, they can't do that at all. And that's the shield. I mean, that's not like the only setup you could do. There's probably other setups that you could do using like nether stars as well to help. Next up is the lava bucket. So let's say I have a dirt bucket in my hand, and lava bucket as one of my magic items. Now let's say this belongs to my opponent. This already belongs to me, so we have the setup from before. And I have this dirt block in my hand, so it's my turn. Now, what the lava bucket does is that you choose one item and it gets destroyed. Now, the shield cannot be destroyed. The shield cannot be destroyed whatsoever. But I could literally, and this is another thing, if you happen to go first, like I said, you could literally just place your block anywhere, use the lava bucket, and it gets discarded. The lava bucket gets discarded after use, and because you destroyed the dirt, it does not get claimed. Nobody can claim it. So it's as if you didn't go first, and then it would be your opponent's turn. I hope that makes sense. You could also use the lava bucket, let's say, for like destroying your opponent's item, which I'm not sure what the purpose of that would really be, because that would kind of benefit them. But what you could do is you could burn, like let's say that this was your opponent's. You could burn it, and then you could put your own thing in it. So you would pretty much take their own good setup, and now it's raining. Moving on to the next thing, we have the bell. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, yeah, no items in there. So what the bell does, you can place it anywhere, it doesn't matter. Actually, you don't place it at all, you just use it. Once you use it, it gets discarded, and what it does is that all items on the board, except nether stars, get returned back to their owner's hand. So let's say that these two belong to my opponent. My opponent would take it. You gotta be kidding me. Why does this happen? Let me fix that. That'll go back to my opponent. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is very finicky. It didn't even break. Was it like that? Did it auto-fix itself? Huh. I didn't know it could do that. Okay. So I would take these back. These would go back in my hand. So that's probably one of the only ways that you could actually get rid of the shield on the board. So it would just be a nice way to reset the whole thing. Next up is the lightning rod. Now, you take your lightning rod. There's nothing on the board right now. But whenever you use the lightning rod, it gets discarded. But before it gets discarded, of course, like its ability gets used before it gets discarded. And you get to choose one item from your discard, and you get to select it. So, a cool setup that I was actually thinking of is what if, for one turn, like let's say you go first in the game, you place a block, you use the lava bucket, and it gets destroyed. They go back, and they go into your discard pile. Then it's your turn. I mean, your opponent's turn. What is happening? My bad. It's your opponent's turn. They play something, and then it's your turn. You play the lightning rod, so you can get the block back into your hand, and then claim the item that they just played. Honestly, would be a great play. Sugar. Yeah, that's right. We don't have anything. So all that the sugar does is once you use it, it gets discarded, and your opponent, like after your turn ends, your opponent takes 2 turns. Now, the thing is that you can, like I said, you can have as many magic items as you want, so your opponent could literally just have lava buckets and they can just keep burning their own item. That way you can't claim it. And the sugar makes it to where pretty much, like, what if they don't have 2 lava buckets? They only have 1, right? Well, by the time that second turn ends, there's going to be something out on the board for you to be able to take. So it would give you the advantage in the fact that your opponent pretty much has to play at least one regular item every turn. Next up, we have the water bucket. Take the water bucket. We can have this item right here. So let's say this is in our hand, and let's say that this is ours, and this is our opponent's. They've already taken 2 things of ours. So what the water bucket does is that you can take one of these items. I would not suggest the shield because it would be an absolute waste. I would say this, the sea lantern. You could even place your own item and then, do this. But we put it in here, and you rename it. I need XP. Hold on one second. You put it in here, and you rename it to waterlogged. Actually, let me put that with a capital W. Waterlogged. There we go. You rename it to waterlogged, and you put it back. Now that it's waterlogged, it cannot be affected by lava buckets. So, and also the water bucket gets discarded. So pretty much all items that get waterlogged cannot be destroyed by lava, meaning that you could actually do a setup with the sugar and the water bucket to where if your opponent only has 1 lava bucket, well, they would have to place 1 item out and leave it out, and then you could waterlog it. That way, I mean, there's nothing that they could do. They wouldn't be able to burn it with the lava bucket, meaning that you could easily claim it. Next up, we got the candle. This is probably one of the worst items in the game. I'm just gonna say that. I've already made a tier list for these things. This is like one of the worst items. It might be the worst item, just like because of the effort that you have to go through to actually make a candle, and then what it does. All the candle does is that you target 1 nether star and you remove it. That could be good, and it would probably only be good if like both players had like 50 minutes to gather items, like it was going to be a long game. But next up is the pufferfish, and it acts as an item. It cannot be claimed, but it can be destroyed. So I put it here, and because of its attack points, it attacks all around here. And you know what's crazy? Because all of these, the way that they're placed, they are defenseless. So I immediately claim these. And then I'd say he's definitely more valuable than that and that, but those two, no. So we essentially would claim all of these from that one play. We just got 6 items from that. That's crazy. And that's the pufferfish. He cannot be claimed, once again, but the lava bucket can destroy him. And the bell can bring him back to the hand. And the trident, the final item, the 9th item, kind of like the pufferfish. You tilt it, and you get to claim, I'd say you claim that one, that one, and that one. Yes, it would have higher value than iron, but not than diamond. And we claim those as well. That's pretty much it. It's the same thing. It cannot be claimed, but it can be destroyed, so the lava bucket can get rid of it. But you could also just waterlog it your next turn. Who knows? You could honestly do that. Yeah, I mean, maybe if your opponent, like, gave you the sugar, then yeah, you could place it and then you could waterlog it. That way it couldn't be removed at all. It would be like a shield, but I guess more. Yeah, and the difference between, you might be wondering, what's the difference between the trident and the pufferfish? Once again, I'd have to say the trident is also low on the quote-unquote tier list, because tridents are difficult to get, and, I mean, if you're not able to get diamond, like it has to be, like, the strongest thing in the game, so I'll probably change that in the future, but for now, I like how it is. So, the difference between the trident and the pufferfish is that, sure, the pufferfish has a larger range, but it can't even get stone. It can't even get stone, let alone gold. The trident can get things, like, that are even up to iron. So it's definitely it has a lot more value than the pufferfish does. That's pretty much everything. The trident, pufferfish, candle, the water bucket, the sugar, the lightning rod, the bell, the lava bucket, and the shield. Those are all the items that I had to showcase, and this is the update to Item Frame Foes. I will be uploading at some point. I'll have to discuss with my friend when we should do this, and I'm gonna play a match against him with these updated rules. Anyways, yeah, that's the rules. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, and stay tuned for that video when I battle against my friend. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. Goodbye.